everybody present here today. I am Alankrita, a journalist at Fair Gaze, and today I am in an online interview feeling immensely honored in the presence of Dr. Amrita Vora, Director of Education, GEMS India, and Executive Principal, GEMS International School, Gurgaon. I welcome you, ma'am. So, ma'am, as we are all aware, the education scenario that we're currently witnessing has been under constant flux due to the pandemic. And today I am eager to know your views on certain questions along the same lines, which we consider are important. So, shall we begin?
Sure.
So, ma'am, my first question to you would be that what would you like to comment on the transition that schools have made from offline classroom learning to a totally screen-based model of learning?
I don't know if we can call it just totally screen-based. Yes, screens are involved. But this whole obsession with screens is not okay. I think we are all kind of keeping that change at bay, trying to avoid change. Change is always tough to accept and all that. But the pandemic created a scenario which sort of pushed us into it. And as teachers, I think most educators around the globe, not just in India, were, as it were, put into the sea and we had to learn to swim. And there we were. But I think considering that scenario, we have really managed well. And the pandemic has been an opportunity. In every adversity, there is an opportunity. And this has been a phenomenal opportunity, which has suddenly thrown us to the future. There are a lot of positive and there are some negatives as well.
Absolutely, ma'am. Wonderful. So, ma'am, to what extent has online education compensated for the offline classes, and how have children from your school received this new model? How has this whole journey been for you?
The lockdown happened in India sometime in March, but I had already initiated some technical intervention.
Right.
So we were well prepared. Back in January we started, and by the time the lockdown was announced, things were all set. We were able to share the remote learning program instantly with parents. Teachers were ready with everything. Teaching using an online tool, whichever the tool be it Google, Zoom, Microsoft, whatever. Using an online tool is a whole different pedagogy. The child's attention span is barely 7-8 seconds when you talk about online. So then we have to keep reinventing, making it magical. Phenomenal storytellers in the whole, dramatic presenters in the whole process. Actually, that's what teachers are. That's who we are, and that's what we do. And like we can now integrate things which give us assessment for learning right away. So while we are teaching, we are able to know what worked, what didn't, who's
Correct.
with me, who's not, who's probably just clicked on and is gone off somewhere, and so on and so forth. So there are ways and means so much that there is to find out these and keep them. So unless you use all that, it won't work. We need to develop critical thinking, we have to develop empathy, develop collaboration, and now collaboration, not just in breakout rooms, but much more. Children did virtual exchange programs with countries other than India, and international events together, children organize.
Absolutely. Lastly, ma'am, what would you advise students and parents when we know that most of their time is focused on the screen? Do you think, a parent's responsibility in the pandemic in terms of monitoring the child and also taking care of them has increased to a certain extent?
Great extent, I'd say. Parents, this is the first time where education or teaching and learning has transcended time and distance. And for the first time, the classroom has practically gone home, right? For every parent, you're right there. You can watch every minute of what teachers do. And of course, we're reinventing and redesigning everything for the online model. At the end of the day, parents and school work together, it's a triangle.
Absolutely.
So we've moved, given them convenience with classes in the evening and so on and so forth, trying to mold it in such a way that everybody finds their space. Now, as far as screen time goes, yes, it's been a challenge. So you actually end up looking at the screen lesser than you would probably look at the screen if you're playing with a video game, or if you're binge watching anything on TV or Netflix or whatever, right? And children today, or YouTube, children today are engaged in too much of all that. That is where I some sort of monitoring from the end of the parent comes in. These are teenagers. We may want them to be self-driven. There are a lot of apps and so on which help parents keep a track, and they can really keep a track and know what the child is up to. Even if they don't actually go ahead and check that application every day, the child knows that, and that itself will make a huge difference. So a lot of cyber safety is something that children need guidance and support with, and if we work together, that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think your insights have been very helpful for us, and all the parents and the children that will later see this interview, I'm sure they'll take back a lot of good learning and wonderful perspectives. So I'm sure we are taking back home many constructive perspectives and opinions today from this interview. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking your time out.
And all the best to you and the entire Fairgaze.